This weekend is going to be the first ever National Fentanyl Prevention and Awareness Day. Sunday, people will be gathering at the Colorado State Capitol to share their stories and raise awareness about the dangers of fentanyl. This morning, we are joined by Andrea Thomas, and without you, a lot of this would not happen. So can you tell us about what it took to make tomorrow happen?
Well, I had simply registered for a calendar day, and really it's not me alone. There are hundreds of thousands of families across the United States that have lost their loved one to fentanyl poisoning. And tomorrow in 28 states across the country, there are fentanyl events everywhere. And they're not moms standing behind tables with banners. They're concerts, fentanyl symposiums, unity walks, towns shutting their main areas down to bring prevention in their areas.
That is huge, and we were just talking about the support you have received, throughout this journey.
Well, the DEA recognizes the problem. They're the most outspoken about illicit fentanyl at a federal level, and they are in support of this day. We have an exhibit in their museum that they've made permanent. Ann Milgram put a statement out in support of us yesterday. She's met with the families.
That's huge.
She sees the crisis, and she's the most outspoken about the true national security crisis and how public crisis this is.
What is your hope for tomorrow of what people might take away?
Well, what we want first and foremost is for people to be to bring awareness to the dangers of illicit fentanyl and to get the magnitude of it. There's so much diversion right now, and there are a lot of issues in the United States that need to be addressed. But people are virtually vanishing before our eyes, and there's hundreds of thousands of them. And the American public needs to realize this and recognize the significance of this security issue and the safety of Americans. And so that's what we hope to do tomorrow, is to bring awareness at the level that we can to the public.
Right. I mean, and then it starts with a conversation, right? And making it a mainstream conversation.
Most definitely.
And this is so deeply personal for you because it's in honor of your daughter, Ashley, right?
For me, and it started with Ashley 4 years ago when I didn't know anything about fentanyl, and like many other families, we become almost experts on the subject. But again, there are so many faces to fentanyl, and they're not numbers. They're mothers and fathers, people's children, and brothers and sisters. And if this hasn't affected your family, you might not know about the magnitude of it. But we want you to know, because no one is immune.
And it's so important for people to share their stories, right? Because like you were saying, I think people sometimes think, oh, not in my community. That's not happening to the people I know. But that's just simply not true with this.
And it's not. The state of Colorado is the second in line for being the worst state, fentanyl related. And a lot of Coloradans don't know that. And we need our leaders to step up to the plate and address this. It's important to the safety of Coloradans, and we need to think about it, as election time comes around. Who is protecting the citizens of Colorado?
The distributor who is responsible for Ashley's death is supposed to be sentenced, but then that got pushed back to this fall, to November, right?
Yes, these cases are very hard to prosecute. Right. And this sentencing for the distributor has been pushed out several times. Trials were pushed out several times because of COVID. And these criminals that are taking people's lives are often given more rights than we are as the victims, the family victims. And so we will wait. The day will come. And our DOJ and our DEA stand behind us, and they have done everything they can to support us.
And I know we will be following closely as well. We're just about out of time, but can you tell people where to gather and what time tomorrow?
Across the street from the Capitol at the Lincoln Veterans Memorial Park, and we will be there from 11 to 2 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll have be there to share facts and distribute naloxone, and most definitely to memorialize all of these people that we've lost to illicit fentanyl poisoning.
Thank you so much for coming on and giving people the information for tomorrow. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.